Isn't it fascinating how the moment you stop looking for permission to exist exactly as you are, the world starts to adjust to you? How reality itself bends subtly, effortlessly, to the one who holds it with the most certainty. Because, as you think about it now, perhaps you're already realizing that influence isn't something you gain, it's something you own. Because what is influence, really? If not the ability to maintain your version of reality so completely, so unwaveringly, that others begin to step inside it without even noticing. As you allow yourself to absorb that idea, isn't it interesting how the ones who question you, the ones who try to shake your certainty, they're really just opportunities, invitation to strengthen your conviction, to double down, to become even more solid in your own frame. Because haven't you noticed how the more persuasive people, they aren't the ones who argue or debate, but the ones who simply are. The ones who radiate a presence so undeniable that people feel their truth before they even hear it. And maybe you've started to wonder, what happens when you step fully into that space? When you stop reacting and start creating? Because after all, reality, it's not something you accept, it's something you generate. And the stronger you hold your world, the more vividly you live inside it, the more it begins to spread, like ripples in a still pond, like a fire catching wind, until what once just was your reality becomes the reality. And isn't that the secret, the real key? That people, they don't follow words, they follow certainty. And when you know, really know, when you commit completely, so completely that there's no room for doubt, something powerful happens. You stop chasing influence, and influence starts chasing you. And the moment you recognize this, you begin to see it everywhere. In the way people respond to you differently, in the way conversations shift, almost imperceptibly, in your direction, in the way the world itself seems to conspire in your favour, aligning events, bringing opportunities, reinforcing again and again that your version of reality is the one that holds weight. And maybe, just maybe, you've already started to feel that shift, the way your mind is organising this understanding, locking it in, making it a part of you. And as that knowing settles deeper, you might begin to notice that every breath, every thought, every moment from this point forward, it only serves to reinforce it. Because after all, when you think about it, what happens now? Now that you own this truth, because it's fascinating, isn't it? How the moment you stop questioning yourself, the world stops questioning you. How the second you commit fully, completely, without hesitation, everything begins to align in your favour. Because as you let that thought settle in, you might already notice that influence, it's not about trying harder, it's about being more. Because what happens when you step into a reality so fully? It becomes the only reality that matters. When your certainty is so strong, so unshakable, the people, they don't just hear your words, they feel them. Isn't that the secret? That the ones who shape the world, they're simply the ones who refuse to be shaped by it. And the stronger you hold your frame, the more the world bends to fit it. Like a river carving its path through stone, not by force, not by resistance, but by persistence, because power, it isn't found in struggle. Power is found in the refusal to waver. The unwavering belief that this is the way things are. And the moment you realise that, something shifts, because haven't you noticed? The ones who control the frame, they're never the ones who hesitate. They're the ones who decide, who step so fully into their world, their truth, their role, that it becomes magnetic, unavoidable, inevitable. And when you begin to wonder what it feels like to own that kind of presence, maybe you're already feeling it, growing, spreading, taking root inside you, because fear only exists in hesitation, in that space between knowing and doing. And when you commit, when you double down, instead of pulling back, fear has nowhere to exist. It dissolves, it disappears, it transforms into momentum, into flow, to that unstoppable force that propels you forward. And isn't that the real power? Not reacting, but creating. Not seeking approval, but owning the space you move through, because the second you stop asking for permission, people start looking at you for direction. And the moment you decide, truly decide, that your version of reality is the reality, then something fascinating happens. Resistance fades, doubt disappears, and the world itself begins to mirror your belief. And as you notice that shift, perhaps you're already realizing that this isn't something you have to try to do. It's simply something you are. And the more you embrace it, the more natural it feels, until before you even realize it, you're no longer thinking about it, you're just living it. And now that you know this, now that you feel it settling into the deepest part of you, what happens next? Now that hesitation is no longer an option.